a rustling in the leaves, a quick blur, and danger everywhere. It's the creepy cryptid, the Chupacabra, an Unmatched Battle of Legends, Volume 3. The Chupacabra is a Latin American legend, mainly from Mexico and Puerto Rico. The name Chupacabra means goat sucker. It was first noted going after livestock like goats, where it would go after the goats, get all their blood, and leave them dead. And the legend kind of built on from there. We can see the Chupacabra mini here. It's a little bit shorter, which is fine for the size that it is supposed to be, but definitely kind of a creepy guy here. And you can look and see a lot of the art online as far as what the Chupacabra is supposed to look like, and there's a lot of artwork that looks a lot like this, so it's pretty cool to see it in here. We also have this wonderful artwork of all the teeth, teeth inside teeth. So Chupacabra is a melee hero with a health of 14 and a move of 3. It's a solo fighter. Its quote there is leaves rustling. Its special ability, the hunger. After you attack, you may draw a card. Okay, this is a really good ability here. Just being able to keep up card draw as you want to do it, because it's you may draw a card. So this is anytime you attack, not when you defend, just when you attack, you can draw a card and just keep up pressure that way. You can see there's not any card draw built into the deck. So your card draw is all going to come from maneuvering and from the ability, the hunger. But it's nice that this is you may draw a card. It's not mandatory like T-Rex. It has to draw at the end of the turn. You get to choose here whenever you attack. So it's just a really great ability. We're going to go ahead and get here into Chupacabra's deck. The more they struggle, a 0 value attack. Why am I starting off with a 0 value attack? Boost value 3 and 3 copies of this. But let's read what this is here. The value of this card is equal to twice the printed value of your opponent's card. We're looking at here that the value of this card is equal to twice the printed value of the card. So that's going to be whatever their printed value is. This is going to double that. So if they have a card that can ramp up its numbers, that can make things a little bit better. I mean, a lot of defenses are just some sort of card that has like a basic effect that goes off and doesn't affect the numbers on it. So you start throwing 3s or 4s, or heaven forbid you're someone like Wukong and throw a 5 into this. This is really going to get hard on them because it's doubling that printed value. Anything that can like ramp up, something like Ghost Rider's Penance there, is going to be able to get around this. But otherwise, this is really going to hurt. That's why I showed this first, because this is kind of the big card here for Chupacabra. Feeding. Attack of 4, boost of 2, 3 copies. After combat, if Chupacabra has 7 or less health, gain 1 action and it recovers 1 health. So you gain an action and you recover 1 health. The 1 health, hey, I mean, you only start off with 14, so being able to go up on your health is good. Blood in the air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. Boost of 4, 3 copies. During combat, if you already won a combat this turn, you may boost this card. This is a 4 that can be boosted, yet you have to win a combat. So this is going to have to be like a second or later action. You've got some stuff here to give you action gains. Before that you could boost, you start turning this into a 6 or a 7. Yeah, it could be pretty huge. And, when you got things like the more they struggle that are already out there that can be big, yeah, big numbers coming there from blood in the air. Ambush. Hey, this one. This is more or less a common card nowadays. An attack of 2, boost of 3, 2 copies. During combat, your opponent discards 1 random card. Add its boost value to this card's boost. So it's just another attack that ramps itself up big and also yoinks a card out of their hand. Going into our versatiles, Wounded Beast. Versatile of 3, boost of 1, 3 copies. During combat, if Chupacabra has 7 or less health, this card's value is 5 instead. So this is the momentous shift in here, but instead of being a momentous shift, it's more like a health shift. The nice thing is that this is easier than like a momentous shift to get off defensively. So you could end up having something here that blocks for a 5, which could be really good. Ravenous Lunge. Versatile of 3, boost value of 2, 3 copies. After combat, Chupacabra recovers 1 health. If you won the combat, it recovers 2 instead. So this is another way to heal, which once again is good because you don't have a whole lot of health to start with. It also means that you could have things where you're like dropping down to 7 or less health for a bit and then moving back up off of the healing with these, so you could move in and out of that health range based off of that. Tooth and Tail. Versatile of 2, boost 2, 3 copies. After combat, deal 1 damage to up to 2 fighters adjacent to Chupacabra. Chupacabra recovers 1 health for each fighter damaged this way. So we're seeing like a lot of health in here, a lot of ways to gain health back. So once again, dropping in and out of that 7 or less health range is definitely something that's possible. Feint, good old Feint. Versatile of 2, boost of 2, 3 copies. Immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's card. This is also some of my personal favorites, Feint art right there. That just looks really sharp there. Now remember, everything that I've shown you here, if you attack with any of these, you get to draw a card. Okay, so that's a lot of potential card draw, depending on how many of these you use for attacks. A lot of these purples may end up getting used for defense. Natural Toughness, a defense of 3, boost of 3, and 2 copies. After combat, if you lost the combat, return this card to your hand. Well, there is a decent chance of you losing combat with a 3, because there's a lot of attacks that are higher than that. So there's a good chance of you getting this back. Losing combat defensively means taking damage. So you will be taking damage if you return this card to your hand. So you get to defend with it another day and get another free defense card, but it's gonna cost you. Traveler of the Night. So this is more or less a common card. Travelers of the Night is a card from Moon Knight's deck. We see the same effect here. Move your fighter up to 4 spaces. They may move through opposing fighters, gain 1 action. So get to move up to 4 spaces and go around people. This is also a 3 boost, and there are 3 copies of it. This is also a good way to pull off Blood in the Air to get a double attack on someone. You may not be right there adjacent to them to start with, but you can traveler up to them. I also like that this is very similar to Moon Knight's artwork for Travelers of the Night. Really very well done there. And the last card, another scheme here, Unsettle. Boost of 2 and 2 copies. Choose an opponent with a fighter in Chupacabra's zone. They discard 1 card. You may deal 2 damage to Chupacabra to make them discard 2 cards instead. Well, discarding cards is, making your opponent discard cards is always great, because that's less cards that they have in their hand. You can hopefully make them get rid of some either attacks that are coming at you or some defenses, so you can get some of these big numbers to go off. Another thing to look at here is we have some self-damage in here that you can deal 2 damage to Chupacabra. Remember that we've got 2 cards here They care about what Chupacabra's health is at. So you could gain action and heal off of this one, or just make this a 5. And that 2 damage in there could end up making you be able to go into that health range to get that. Okay, so Chupacabra here. Well, we can see that this is really a pretty straightforward deck. There's not a lot of crazy things going on with Chupacabra. You can see what's going on here. You're going to be able to hit big. You can do a lot of aggression with Chupacabra. You know, be able to go after people really heavily with that. You've got action gains. You've got movement that lets you get in there. You've also got ways to just keep up a card count in there if you want to keep your hand going there to keep pressure up. And so I think that's how Chupacabra is going to play, is going to be pretty aggressively. I also think that Chupacabra is probably going to do very well in the other formats besides 1v1 and 2v2 free-for-all and Unmatched adventures. In all of those, card draw is really important, and Chupacabra is going to have a lot of that. The downside to Chupacabra here is going to be we don't have a lot of great defenses. I mean, we've got Feint, which is great for getting rid of effects, but you know that it's only a 2. Tooth and Tail is a 2, does potentially heal, so you can think of it as a 3 that way. Ravenous Lunge is a 3. Natural Toughness is a 3, does come back into your deck. The only thing better than a 3 is going to be Wounded Beast if you're able to use this as a 5, but this is only ever going to be a 5 once your health starts getting low. So it's only going to be good later in the game. Early in the game, this is just a 3. So pretty weak defenses, a lot of ways to heal so you can bring your health back. A lot of these cards here, you start to get a lot more dangerous as you get lower in health. But of course, the mind game on that, do you want to risk not playing a defense into the 0 and end up taking like a 4, or like this 4 here that could potentially boost up to something else, or ambush that could go up to something high? So that's a little bit of a scary thing there. It's great when you can pull it off, but if you miss it, man, it is really going to be bad. So as you can see, this is the simple fighter for this box. I usually try to put something that's not complicated in there, and Chupacabra is definitely not as complicated. This is going to be more straightforward and easy to understand, but still a really powerful fighter, and a fighter that has a lot of potential in the game. So if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and a like. You can go down into the comment section and let me know what you think down there. And you can also subscribe to my channel to make sure you catch all the videos that I post so you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy with Poindexter G, and we'll see you around next time.